Next, we have a consideration of resolution adopting the Big Wild Topanga State Park North Slope Habitat Area Conservation Plan for the City of Los Angeles. And I think we have Mr. Edelman queued up to make any comments. Mr. Edelman?
Thank you. So in 2021, the board approved a natural resource protection plan that encompassed a whole bunch of other natural resource and habitat linkage plans that the Conservancy adopted beginning, I believe, in 2013. And it's mainly, I'm sorry for my voice, it's mainly in response to, we couldn't get any traction with the City of Los Angeles for them in the development applications to look at habitat linkages of wildlife corridors or even just habitat blocks. So the Conservancy adopted these plans. Soon thereafter, we were able to convince the City of LA to adopt this natural resource protection plan and moving forward. And then notice that the Big Wild at that time was defined by the Topanga Canyon Boulevard on the west and the 405 freeway on the east, and really was a contiguous 20,000 acre habitat area that wasn't broken by a paved road. And it left out the area in Woodland Hills that's west of Topanga there. And then lately all this ring camera data and newspaper data of lions in that area and bobcats and other species. And it became very clear that there are also a slew of development applications too. And I already just got my mail here and found 2 more in that Woodland Hills area of just houses going up with no consideration of habitat linkages, no consideration of even what the Mulholland Design Review Board can do with its limitations in that area. So we came up with how it was important to fill that gap with some kind of adopted plan from the Conservancy to at least give it some teeth to begin to communicate with the city about what to do. And so before you have a habitat conservation plan that encompasses the whole north slope of the Santa Monica Mountains between the 405 to the Calabasas border. And so it includes some of the older area in a protection plan, but really puts a bigger focus on the prior left out area in the sort of the northwest corner of Woodland Hills. And it's a little different in the sense that we go forward with actually ranking parcels high, medium, and low in some area to kind of show their importance, really concentrating the most on connectivity. Because if you in this kind of area, if you lose a single parcel, you lose the connection. So if you can't, you got to highlight it. And we don't use assessor's parcel numbers, but it all uses the county's GIS data. So anyone that wanting to interpret it, because the graphics are not that big in the report there, there'll also be a KMZ Google Earth file that people can look at and zoom in and really see where the habitat linkages are in composition to different parcels. So in summary, this is a habitat conservation plan that is a supplement to the Conservancy's adopted Eastern Santa Monica Mountains Natural Resource Protection Plan. And I'll leave it at that and see if anybody has any questions.
Roseanne.
So Paul, the previous plans before this one, did the City of Los Angeles adopt them?
They did. Well, it was the City Council motion to recognize the 2021 plan, and it's that time too. In the same action, they recognized how the Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy is a CEQA trustee agency also. So it was a leap forward. It was kind of led by Councilmember Koretz, and a real milestone. Whether it's had that much effect on development application review in the city or not is something to be thought about. Although the city moved forward with a wildlife ordinance, which was terrific. 3 or 4 years of planning and hearings and all that. But then with the budget issues, I guess 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago in the pandemic, they just killed it. So this wildlife ordinance that would have really helped the City of LA issues, it's on the shelf. It's sat around in the city attorney's office, and we were this close to something that really would have made a difference. And at this point, the city even hired 2 biologists to work on it, but at this point we don't have that, is not available, and the city has no other. They do have a what's called their mountain lion friendly habitat map, but it's very coarse and imprecise, and for instance, it leaves off this entire area where there are mountain lions.
So will this plan that you just did now, did you sort of collaborate with them in any way? And do you have any confidence that they will adopt this plan? Because if they don't adopt it and we did, what will that mean?
It will mean that they have to look at it, we can call attention to it, and I think they will adopt it.
Okay.
I think they will.
You feel pretty confident?
Yeah.
And that would be better, it'd still be better if we had the other thing that they didn't adopt.
Right.
But this would be the next best thing. If you
Right.
could have them both, that would be the best, but at least if you have one of them, it's better than nothing.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Any, can I get a motion so we can actually start to?
I'll move to approve it.
Brian and Alan seconds.
Denner and Kishbaugh, copy.
And any other discussion? River Center? Okay, I guess we will vote.
Ms. Acker?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Brown?
Yeah.
Mr. Cacchiotti?
Yes.
Ms. Conrad?
Yes.
Mr. Denner?
Yes.
Ms. Fossen?
Yes.
Mr. Garand?
Yes.
Mr. Kishbaugh?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Lang?
Yes.
Ms. Mikas?
Aye.
Ms. Nelson?
Yes.
Mr. Schlangen?
Yes.
Mr. Wendler?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
That passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Advisory Board members. Conservancy members, we have a recommendation from staff to adopt the Big Wild Topanga State Park North Slope Habitat Area Conservation Plan, and it's supported by the Advisory Board. Can I get a first and a second?
Jody Lyle would like to make the motion.
Ms. Lyle, thank you. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Munoz. Any discussion or comments? Yes, Mr. Valencia.
Just as a question, it says the 3 golf courses, Woodland Hills, so that's in reference to Woodland Hills Country Club, which is that development that's come before the board previously?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Valencia. Any other comments? River Center? Hearing none. Roll call.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Ms. Lyle?
Yes.
Ms. Drake?
Yes.
Ms. Calvaresi?
Yes.
Ms. Munoz?
Yes.
Ms. Pavley?
Yes.
Mr. Luna?
Yes.
That passes.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
We're moving on to the reports section. If you're online and haven't submitted your name in the Q&A box at the bottom of Zoom, please do so now. Online attendees, sign up using the Q&A button at the bottom center of your Zoom screen. Phone-in only attendees, dial *9 to raise your hand. In-person attendees, please fill out a speaker card if you haven't done so at the back of the room and hand it to a staff member. Individuals have 3 minutes to speak, while those representing organizations have 5 minutes. Staff will notify you when you have 1 minute left. Are there any members of the public who would like to speak?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We're going to start at the River Center in person first. Noemi, Patricia, do you have anybody in person from the public that would like to make a public comment?
We do not.
Thank you. We'll start here in person at KGR. The first public speaker is Roger Pugliese. Roger?
My name is Roger Pugliese. I'm the chair of the Topanga Association for Scenic Community. I'm also the president of the Las Virgenes Homeowners Federation and very active in the community and have been in Topanga for over 40 years. I'm just here today to support the work that was done by the staff in regards to the Wild Topanga State Park North Slope Habitat Area Conservation Plan. I think it's an extremely important document. I think that it should be adopted. And if you ask why, I'll just read one paragraph in this document. A major impetus for the development of these planning maps was to educate the city of Los Angeles Planning Department about the habitat blocks and range of wildlife corridor habitat linkage that connect them to create a functional ecosystem that facilitates wildlife movement from Griffith Park to Topanga State Park. I think this document is extremely important so that people can understand, people that don't understand can understand a little bit more about why we live here, why we protect what we do, and how important that is, both for your heart, for the animals, for everything. So I would recommend support for this and for the resolution to be adopted. Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. The next public speaker in person is Doug Stewart. Doug?
Good evening, everyone. Director, Chair, members of the board, advisory board. I'm Doug Stewart. I'm one of the council members of the city of Malibu. Just wanted to bring you a quick update. We benefit periodically with having Ranger Tim come see us, and you got me tonight. So we do a lot better with Ranger Tim, by the way. I want to clear up a little misconception about an incident that happened a few weeks ago in the Winding Way area on the way to Escondido Falls. We want to make sure that everybody understands the situation there, and it isn't as might have been paraphrased by some folks. We had an incident that was reported to the sheriff, and it involved one of our residents on Winding Way who was returning from taking his son to a baseball game, and he was on Winding Way approaching his home, and he saw an altercation taking place between what was apparently a hiker and a woman that was hiking with him. It was physical, very verbal. He stopped his car, remained in his car, and waited while this occurred and was progressing toward him. Apparently the assumption is that the hiker was probably intoxicated or under the influence of something and was yelling and screaming at the woman as well as now the man in the car, and the woman was trying to pull him away, and the altercation was quite loud. The resident never got out of his car, but the fellow was screaming at him, threw a water bottle at him and at the car and said, you know, I know where you live, I'm coming for you. So this was reported to the sheriff's department. There was never any physical contact between the resident and this person, but we wanted to make sure that this was relayed as it happened according to the sheriff's report, and it was eventually passed along to one of the rangers with the report. The other thing I want to pass along is at the end of last meeting where I was in attendance, there was talk about trash cans in the hiking area along Winding Way. And I just want to make something clear that Winding Way Road is a private road. It does not belong to the city of Malibu. This is actually private property. And the private property extends to the center of the road for the people on both sides of it. The issue, which we weren't able to get the address, was trash cans were placed not on the roadway, but along the edge of the road, all on the person's private property. And people were being forced to walk around the trash cans into the roadway to get back on the trail or remained on the roadway. And the inference was that the city of Malibu should do something about it. We have an ordinance about bringing in trash cans and so forth, but it doesn't apply on private property, obviously. Can't make you decide where you're going to put your trash can at your house, and certainly can't ask you to do it along the roadway that doesn't belong to us. We did speak to the Property Owners Association, which they did talk to the people that they think might be causing this at several locations in the city, and they've tried to address it. But you know, just like with you, my trash cans are out from today, got picked up this morning, and by the time I get home tonight, I'll take them in. But they've been out all day, and if you were to walk down my private street, you'd have to walk around them too. So I just want to pass that along to you. And I also want to make one last comment, very much involved with Rory and Director Edmondson, and the other good members of the fire department and the county supervisor's office, and especially the fire department, working to do brush clearance and land management in the Santa Monica Mountains. Today is no better example of it. We have, as I drove in, is over 2,000 acres of burning on the Sandy fire, and the warning area has been extended to Agoura Hills, Calabasas, Woodland Hills, and so forth. This is exactly what we're trying to prevent, and I was one of the advocates for it, along with Councilmember Conrad. All we're trying to do is to make sure when these fires hit the city limits, whichever city it might be, they're not a mile wide. And even though you've done brush clearance around your house and so forth, the more we can keep the fires at bay and keep them small, the better off we are. And we appreciate all the efforts that the MRCA did on this, and we thank the State Natural Resources Agency as well. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. As there are no more in-person members of the public who are going to make comment, we're going to move to the online folks. The first online public speaker is Anastasia Komarovs. Anastasia, you have the floor.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. So just want to start off. My name is Ann Komarosk. I'm calling from Malibu, and the winds have died down here on the western side. One thing is, I always notice we do this prayer, and we never do what the preamble says, which we do. We're grateful to Almighty God for our freedom. It's in our preamble in the California Constitution. And the reason that matters is because I am California's first, not elected yet. I'm running as nonpartisan governor of California. The website is npp2026.com. Once again, that's npp2026.com. And the reason I'm tuning in here in person is because we're monitoring the fire, doing fire watch, because we don't want it to spread into Malibu. So I see that we have 2 council members there, and I'm letting them know that the fire seems to be going out to sea at the moment. The other thing too is your last meeting was not recorded. It was not put up on YouTube. We made requests through your PIO that we wanted a copy of the meeting so that it be put on YouTube so it can be shared with the residents of Malibu in California. Instead, we got back and forth emails, eventually winding up with one of your attorneys. There's no recording of that meeting. So I've been asked to ask the board and the advisory board and everyone there if anyone has a copy of the last meeting, which took place, what was it, April? April, May? Yeah. So that was it. I just want to make sure because it's very unfortunate when you guys do not, or you folk do not do your job, because then it comes back and makes the whole state of California government look bad, which is in need of good governance. So thank you very much, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Anastasia. The next online public speaker is Jacqueline Sly. Jacqueline, you have the floor.
Can you guys hear me? I think you can.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, I'll proceed. So my name is Jacqueline Sly. I live in Woodland Hills, and I just wanted to speak up today to encourage the Conservancy to adopt the Habitat Conservation Plan tonight without delay. There's a lot at stake. We've got many development proposals, and ultimately information and data is what we are needing as residents and the city. This plan is very simple and straightforward, and it accomplishes exactly what our local community in Woodland Hills, as well as the larger community all across the Santa Monica Mountains and the neighborhoods that butt up against it need. So I saw 3 updates that really stood out to me as valuable. I was glad to see that the minimum habitat block size criteria was made smaller so that additional habitat blocks could make it onto the map. This brings in some of the habitat that include the small acreage woodlands. Those were initially underestimated. This plan also now folds in the area of the Santa Monica Mountains that were west of Topanga Highway and north of Mulholland Drive. I think that's a critical area to fill in. And that's the area that I live in and wanted to speak up for. All of this area includes the heavily wooded coast live oaks and California black walnuts. This really brings protection to those trees and to the valley oaks. So without this plan, our area, meaning Woodland Hills, would have no Conservancy adopted protection plan. So it's excellent to see us included, and it's something that I think is an important step forward. Thank you for taking action tonight and letting me speak.
Thank you, Jacqueline. The next public speaker online is Lauren Nichols. Lauren, you have your hand raised. We'll give you the opportunity to speak if you'd like, Lauren.
Oh, I'm just listening in tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lauren. The next public speaker is Jeff Jacobberger. Jeff, you have your hand up. Would you like to speak? Make a comment?
Wow. I understood.
The audio is.
You just got listened last week.
Mr. Jacobberger, we had some problem with your audio.
Jeff, we can always come back to you. We'll try again, okay? Thank you. The next public speaker is Al Hassas. Al, you have the floor.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Hi, I'll make this short and sweet. My name is Al Hassas. I'm a resident within the Santa Monica Mountain Zone. I really want to urge the Conservancy to adopt this habitat conservation plan tonight without any delay, please. We're in a critical juncture here. Multiple development proposals threaten the stay of this landscape, and while local municipal agencies have their own processes, it does not seem that they've taken immediate necessary action required to protect this sensitive terrain. The plan is simple, it's straightforward, and accomplishes exactly what our community and the greater Santa Monica Mountains ecosystem needs. It addresses the essential goals of the Conservancy, preserving critical wildlife habitats, maintaining biodiversity, and ensuring the long-term resilience of our natural resources. And without the adoption of this plan tonight, our area really lacks a formal Conservancy-backed protection framework. I want to thank the leadership for taking decisive action this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Al. The next public speaker is Alex Raymond. Alex. Alex Raymond.
Alex, perhaps you're muted?
Okay, now you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so what I'm gonna say is actually gonna be even shorter and sweeter than what Al said, because I am a neighbor to Al and Jacqueline, who spoke previously, and I just wanted to echo what they were saying and just add one more thing, which they also spoke about, is that the Conservancy has been a great friend to us neighbors, and actually more so than I think our elected officials have been, definitely more so. And we really appreciate your help. And we believe that this Habitat Conservancy plan will further help protect our area. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. The last public speaker online is Jeff Jacobberger. Jeff? Jeff, can you hear us? Unfortunately, we're unable to hear you. The audio is not coming through.